Like we are jumping into game. No more vamp, no more podcast, no more talking about how Viscous is probably from the same sewers that the Ninja Turtles are from out in New York. We are jumping into game. TF2 Boomers, your Amber Hand, Sleepy Kitty Gang, your Sapphire Flame.
Well, right off the bat here, we can start to look at the separation. The big thing I want to point out is it's a 1-2-2-2-1 for Sleepy Kitty Gang and a 2-1-1-2 here on the other side for TF2 Boomers. You gotta at least play around that quickly here. You're happy to hold lane with the Paradox, of course, and the Viscous. But now, on the other side of things, I'm curious if, well, any advantage came through. It doesn't look like the Warden to be left behind.
So, we are seeing a rotation from the Shiv, looking to meet up. Dynamo getting a little aggressive. Lash taken so dangerously low here from Deathy. The best part about this build from the Lash, right, is that Flog, it has so much sustain in it. Being able to steal health from the enemy is so perfect there. So no harm, no foul at the end of the day. Just poke back and forth.
Yeah, it is interesting in terms of the rotation, what does come out of it, but it is going to at least standardize to a simple laning phase there. Even still, though, this is what I worry about more than anything. Boink over alone here. Finally, we will see the rotation over on side here from Loon, notably on this Shiv. Not an individual I was expecting to see, but one that is fielded within this roster nonetheless here today for TF2 Boomers.
I think the problem with moving this Shiv over, though, right, you can kind of see the general idea. I think if they had the plan of, you know, duoing the solo lanes, we need to push the pace. Every time Shiv is coming over to help the Viscous, they're just going to equal pressure out. Okay, yep.
Tanner, look at the soul lead. We are feeding direct souls due to the sharing here into both Shiv and the Lash. That might be why they're doing this, to give them extra early advantage. They cater to both lanes, pick up early, at least leads there, itemization to go alongside that, and now you have both of your roamers in a dominant position, one that potentially leads to what might be our first elimination here.
Yes, Handblast good, though, for the disarm there. Deathy now back into the fight. 100 HP, that's not going to be enough to keep you alive. Scorn will allow a bit of HP. Mo and Krill, woohoo, trying to sneak away. And Deathy says, you want some Mo? I got it for you.
It's as good as it could have potentially get. Meanwhile, for Tankman, though, on the other side, a deep dive doesn't represent the way you want it. Blocked off the end of a parry, and Deathy is at least picking up one in return again here. A Lash now dominantly ahead, and, well, with some extra farm on the board, 2K up, and it'll be a trooper, it'll be a candle, it'll be a fire licked out in the end.
That's tough. Yeah, those troopers do heaps of damage. A good puddle punch. Get that player off the ledge there. That being Jeff Bezos.
It's not just
having himself
Jeff Bezos.
Having himself a drink. Jeff Bezos having himself a drink. Things relatively even here when we take a peek back on Broadway, fighting over this catwalk. Low HP, though, onto Deathy. Remember, Deathy just went down. Assist went over to the Infernus, so it was free souls again, but
wow.
Dynamo biting up a bit more than he could chew. No way out with that time wall. Too much damage dealt. And another kill goes the way of the TF2 Boomers.
Yeah, really struggling there over on the side. And, I mean, in my eyes, at least to no surprise, you have to worry about things like that Dynamo and what they can do within a solo lane. A bit of a check-in, of course, with Synced on that Haze, struggling as well. PRD with this, well, Kelvin. At least set up for response. We just saw issues and struggles with Jeff Bezos seconds ago, but I mean, really, big shout out to Boink here, solo laning as this Viscous.
Yeah, Ito looking to get aggressive. Grapple to safety from Deathy. A lot of pressure put on this Lash, but again, those souls continue to tick up here. 3,100 souls for Deathy on that Lash. And yeah, Boink, again, the Viscous is just so incredibly safe. Has needed some help, but I think that's huge that you mentioned, right? This Shiv is not coming over to help. This Shiv is coming over to take. And, well, just around 4K now, hitting 4K souls on that Shiv. It's going to be scary once we see it come online.
This is big in terms of setup there, at least for both ultimates now on the board. Lash and Shiv ready to play and take advantage there, whether it may be Sleepy response. We do highlight another, at least, wipe here against Sleepy Kitty Gang, and it is already 4K leads ahead, notably due to this separation of these two lanes. Oh, there's the heavy barrage. We just clicked away from it, and I can't imagine Sync survives it. There it is.
Oh, man, yeah, stuck in the corner there. So much damage from this heavy barrage, and you just don't expect it, right? McGinnis bringing some support, right, in way of building turrets, in way of the wall and the heal, but then once that ultimate comes online, it really sneaks up on you.
Well, even without the ultimate to be major discussion, it is the damage that gives birth to King's, at least initial wipe there, but it is also the leading deletion of one of the first Guardians here on the map in response. Once again, we keep this one swinging, we keep this one rotating. It is an incredible display of the macro from TF2 Boomers.
Yeah, and this is going to be good for, I'd say, probably, what, the first 10 minutes where we're starting to see a lot of those souls be shared from the first hit from the last hit. I'm wondering how this evolves after 10 minutes, right? Is that the moment where we see the Shiv, we see the Lash say, all right, now it's time to start making plays. You know, mid-boss is going to be up. All these camps are already going to be up. I'm wondering how this develops in the next 4 minutes.
We talk about potential setup now rotating within these lanes. We do get into the next 4 minutes where we do talk about the sharing potential of the souls no longer available on the map. So this kind of strategy doesn't work out as well, and you need to be a little bit more direct. And I start to worry with things like this. Boink. Just stepping into this lane is getting harder and harder here, and especially with, of course, on the other side, Jeff Bezos now in a really nice position. Things like that assassinate online. You really can't leave this lane alone, Tanner.
No, not at all. Boink doing such a good job using the puddle punch there just to try and sneak away as things getting a little desperate as McGinnis does go down PRD there to collect that one. That Kelvin finally grabbing a kill, and a little bit of punishment coming from the Sapphire Flame finally. But look at this, a singularity. Here comes the Lash though to rip him away, and what more can they find? Kinetic Carbine online. Unfortunately, that might not be enough to keep you alive. Now Adorian looking to sneak away from this one, and the movement is just so good from the Infernus. Survives from the fight, but it's not done just yet. In front of the Guardian we go, and it's Deathy to collect, finally, that kill onto Hunter.
And you saw a really nice setup there, and it will be the follow-through in the end to seal the deal on Ito as well. A mix of the singularity and concussive combustion should be the guaranteed win there for Sleepy Kitty Gang, but the responsiveness of having this team roster able to put themselves together and unable to really land the full stun there when you needed it against Benji doesn't deliver the kills you want there. And of course, taking advantage of heavy leads on that Lash make it so difficult. I mean, just getting into the Death Slam is one thing, but trying to escape a man who's 2K ahead, that's a problem. And it's growing, it's getting worse.
And there might be some more, right? Deathy's still in the back lines, and Furnace is still in the area, and this Guardian won't be standing for long. It's a healthy Idorian, though. The Flame Dash can be used there to sneak away from the Binding Word. So that stun won't land. Another kill not picked up just yet, and the Cavalry has arrived. Slowly but surely, if not the kills, obviously the Souls lead, we see it, but TF2 Boomers are starting to chip away at this map, and any defenses. Puddle Punch gonna find the knock-up, splatter at the feet. The Arctic Beam will slow things down for a second, but look at that, 200 HP as the heals start to come through. Regen there for PRD, and he's gonna take to the skies and just get out of dodge.
Yeah, this is a moment for recovery, and you've got to expend it there because over on the other side, King is more than happy to respond. Granted, fully tanking the Walker and a heavy punch as well. You are, I mean, that's a positioning. That is the positioning.
You know what? I've seen King on the featured matches spectating so often, and I think they're a McGinnis one trick. They play a lot of McGinnis, so it makes sense that that pick finds its way in, and somebody, if nobody, it's going to be King to find a way to make it work in a team comp. As another Guardian goes down. This one on the side of the Ember Hand. However, TF2 Boomers losing a Guardian there. 4 players hover from the Sapphire Flame around Greenwich Street, but looks like they're just going to back away from it. Those camps are online. I'm wondering who we see start to pick those up.
Park Avenue. Gotta watch it. Over on the side, Walkers to be potentially contested, even with 3 completely sustained. You do see the response from Jeff Bezos, of course, and Woohoo now to arrive as well, but they're more than happy to fight this one out.
Yeah, I mean, the damage from just the flog and the shots alone. No Death Slam needed. No ground strike. Deathy is just so strong at this point in the game.
This is a huge issue now, at least for Sleepy Kitty Gang, in terms of having to respond to this with full 3 on the other side. I don't see a response. I don't see anyone sustaining for what might be an advantage. Remember, there are only 3 individuals contesting the likes of all sides, York, Greenwich, and Broadway here, and you're not doing anything with it. You are just finding yourself wiped out from afar. PRD low before, now completely sent back to the icebox.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Kelvin not sustainable enough. A responso on the opposite side, concussive combustion, excuse me, bullet dance on top of it, but the cube does so good to keep the squad alive, and a puddle punch to back them all up. It's just shot from downrange, quantum entanglement with a singularity right behind it. Not going to be enough. They bite off way more than they can chew as the TF2 Boomers continue to push forward. PRD just trying to do their best to keep Hayes alive, but 4 players push yet another Walker here from the Amber Hand.
With this full wipe down, we're talking double flex slots now available, and I don't even think they've got the money to boot to take advantage from behind. Jeff Bezos and Weehoo looking for some kind of response, but remember, single target against 4v2 is not the place, and with the paradoxical swap, you are caught between the wall and death here, and I can't even believe Jeff Bezos is having to step up there. The flight with a little bit of the launch leaf on the tech to get Jeff to safety, but man, oh man, we're now looking at a 20K lead here for the likes of the TFT Boomers. TF2.
Yeah, the TFT Boomers said, hey, if we have to play, we saw the bracket. It said 99-0 when they got that bye previously. They said, if we have to play, we're winning 99-0. That's exactly what we're looking to do. We're going to live up to the standards that were set by production, and they are really putting on a performance here. The idea is there. Unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough. And in the spot that they tried to find a pick, Viscous is just the wrong target, right? Anybody with the Viscous is gonna get the cube, and you're getting absolutely nothing there. Now we see Ito just in the wrong spot again. They're uptown. They're uptown, and Ito is still dying.
They're gonna have to find their way deeper uptown there immediately, of course, with the death slam to start things off. Cater deep into the ground strike to seal the deal as the next Guardian goes down. They might lose out on the souls here, but they've won the macro far and beyond, Tanner.
So good.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, they're gonna maybe find another one here. No, okay, mid-boss instead. Hey, let's take this. Let's grab that Rejuvenator. Again, dotting our I's, crossing our T's. That is the name of the game. So no risks taken with a 21,000 soul lead. Meanwhile, a bit of pressure in the side lanes is really all Sleepy Kitty Gang can hope for.
Now at this point, all walkers down, a triple flex slot available, especially picking up that one there. And PRD, you gotta get further away than that. Of course, with the flask slowing things out, the frozen seltzer, I mean, that's gonna buy you some time there, but you are locked out of potential. They wait like hawks within the wings. A wall of a stun there seals PRD's at least fate.
Yeah, nothing you know, using the ice path and then the frozen shelter, that really hurts. You would love to frozen shelter, get that ice path going, drop that shelter, and just take off. But 20 seconds on that cooldown, only delaying the inevitable was PRD in that. And now the Sapphire Flame in Sleepy Kitty Gang. They just have to turtle up. They're still looking for pressure across the map. We'll see Benji. Woo! Okay, good bit of damage there. Sniper versus sniper, as that stake will keep the paradox in place. But Benji still on the hunt for Jeff Bezos. Wants some of this currency in way of souls. And yeah, nothing will save you there from Benji.
Right around the other side with the kinetic carbine to seal the deal. Meanwhile, now, of course, York is more than safe, and the rest of the map is collapsing piece by piece on Sleepy Kitty Gang. The only respite they have is the fact that at 14 minutes, the cooldowns are still low enough to get you back in the action.
And we are backed up into the shrines. The only thing that stand. TF2 Boomers making sure they take everything away. Spectral Wall goes out. Bow and Krill caught on the wrong side of that one, but no response from just the McGinnis alone.
No.
I mean, that 21K soul lead continues to grow, and a lot of it, again, comes off of pushing the pace. Is Bullet Dance online. Okay, hold on. We've got some life still here. Do we have any eliminations? Nothing goes the way of Sleepy Kitty Gang. It's just an ultimate use. as Hunter goes down. Concussive Combustion trying to turn things around, but the Infernus is just so darn weak, and now will be erased as the goo ball comes flying through. That's going to be the big green go button for TF2 Boomers to walk into this space and take care of these shrines.
So deep ahead there, Boink settling it out with CC to begin with, and Deathy, no surprise there, has been an absolute menace in the back lane with 3 up on the board and only a handful of seconds away off of this reset for 5v6 with, mind you, still Rejuvenator buff minions and, of course, players ahead here. I can't imagine this ends well.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Dynamo goes down once more. That's Hunter gone. Singularity is on cooldown, so it tells me it was used. However, Woohoo goes down without finding a way to combo, and this is the hardest part of the game. You got to get inside the enemy's pit. You're taking damage from the patron, but there's just no response. The